We are back. Welcome to the Ginger Joe Racing Show. Obviously, joined by the usual idiots, Joseph and Jaime. One of which I had the company of being with most of the weekend. The other one, unfortunately, wasn't there. We're going to review all of the weekend's racing as we did a couple of weeks ago. Last week, there wasn't an awful lot of action that were pointers towards the Cheltenham Festival. We're going to talk about the performances over the weekend. There were plenty that were pretty impressive. There were loads of good horses out in action, and we're going to basically relate those back to the Cheltenham markets and see if any of us fancy them for the big 4 days in March. But first of all, Jaime, Wrenn, I'm a little bit annoyed with you. You seem and look and sound far healthier than me. How are you?
Oh, it says the man who tries to break me up a hill. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, Liam, as we had a great time, good fun. Yeah, it was fantastic. Really enjoyed it, and I hope you're all right by after my arrival
Oh,
and my
no,
departure.
absolutely grand. Apart from me, missus having to drive 20 minutes just to get this bloke up the hill. It was like spending a Sunday with me nan, to be perfectly honest. But other than that, Jay, no, I'm messing. It was a brilliant weekend. I loved the November meeting. It was absolutely magic. Joe, you must have enjoyed it. Panic attack. You stuck it up 14-1, bolted him. We'll get to her. But
Yes.
how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I definitely had a little bit of FOMO, as they call it, the fear of missing out or whatever it means, when you boys were there on the Saturday. But when I saw you both on the Sunday morning and the state of you, I was very happy to be at home, comfortable, looking forward to the racing ahead. So yeah, that was brilliant, really good, and glad you lads had a good time. In all seriousness.
Good, 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 good. We'll crack on. We'll start with Wade out. So the 240 on Friday at Cheltenham. We're going to touch on this race because obviously we mentioned that he may well go for the national hunt chase. Ollie Murphy said that after the race, but we're pretty much just going to talk about the ride. Sean Bowen, he's a joke, isn't he, Joe?
Yeah, it's a bit. It's just it's become so common, this conversation with how good is he? How good is he? It almost doesn't lose its meaning, but it's just incredible that it's become the norm to see him pull out these sort of stops time and time again on horses that look like they've got no right in winning halfway round, for example. He just digs deep, keeps going. But credit to Wade out as well. Like the jockey can't do it without the horse, and he did stay really, really well. When they got to the home turn, and he'd sort of half the deficit from sort of 15 lengths to seven. Even then, you sort of go, "Oh, hang on a minute." He's starting to motor, and he really liked that Cheltenham Hill as well. I said that he beat Wendigo obviously previously, and sort of half disappointed, not really, but sort of always want to get the job done. But you're sort of thinking, wow, I'll tell you what, this Wade Out's turning to be a pretty damn good horse now. And Ollie
That's a good
Murphy,
point. I bet you were quite happy to
yeah,
see him get up.
yeah, definitely, because he did the same against Wendigo as well. He was sort of off the
Yeah,
bridle early and stayed on. So look, when we go up to 3 miles of Wendigo, he'll be better. When Wade Out goes to 3 miles and further, he's just going to continue to improve. Really likable horse, really, really good performance, and it's probably going to be a bright future for him. I just want to add about Isaac Dezobo as well, because he travelled really well for a long way. It was his first start back after having um, a tricky campaign last year. Things didn't go right, but he was really good for a long way. I wouldn't be surprised to see him come on plenty for the run. And if he goes into a handicap off his current mark of 127, he might have even gone down after this performance. There's still a big race in him, but yeah, look, the winner was brilliant, but plenty
that's
to
a
like
good
behind
shout,
too.
mate. Would there be anything on your radar that people should consider backing him for? Obviously, Nichols being a very good target trainer.
Well, so yeah, well, I mean, I suppose the thing with him, he could have multiple targets at this sort of 3 mile trip. It's not like there's necessarily one obvious. So I just hang fire to see where the entries come, and if you find him in a 3 mile chase or extended 3 miles, then he's going to be, he looks pretty thrown in to me if he comes on for this first run anyway. So wherever he turns up next, this one to keep an eye on. Yeah.
There you are, one for everyone's trackers from Joe. Yeah, I thought Wade out. The ride was just ridiculous. Sean Bowen, as like Joe alluded to, just doing it time after time. Jamie, what did you make of it? Obviously, Ollie Murphy's still continued to be in decent form. He's not the sort of strike rate that he was in October, but still banging in the winners. And does he get enough credit when everyone's singing the praises of Sean Bowen?
Oh, who doesn't get the praise of Sean Bowen?
Well, is Ollie Murphy getting enough praise? Obviously,
No,
Ollie Murphy's had back to back four timers.
yeah. You're not being smart. No, he's not getting the plaudits. I agree with you. I really do.
Hadn't really thought of that. That's interesting.
Would I actually back Wade out for a national hunt chase on better ground? Oh God, no. It has obviously Joe now is going to big Cheshire cat Ginger Joe Foxy smile on him. Will say Wendigo's. Didn't I tell you Wendigo's a better horse? Wendigo is a better horse than him, and there's no doubt of that. And as I always say, no offense to Snowden and the racing club that Joe is a part of, let them fight it out in a national hunt chase because Wendigo will beat him. That's just me. All jokes aside. He jumped deplorably, Liam, on heavy ground. So that means maybe he might jump better on better ground. That's fine. But would I be backing him for anything at Cheltenham? Oh, God, no. I back one big bang in the race. I like Isaac Dezobo. I wouldn't give up on him on a low-grade handicap chase, maybe. He just doesn't seem to see it out. No, it was his first run of the season. He's going to improve for that. And I really like him. He jumped really well. Chickpeas is a bit of a worry for me. But Wade out, no, I wouldn't be backing him for Cheltenham. But I would be backing Wendigo for the national chase.
Go on, Jamie. Ding!
Yeah.
There's that Wendigo counter for Jamie.
No, you want him in the Grade 1, Joe. You want him in the Grade 1.
No, he's not. Wendigo has no chance in the Browns advisory.
I disagree, but we will
Yeah,
probably address that another day.
Hold on, no. How do you mean you disagree? There's one thing now and there's one thing another. Wendigo will not
Wendigo's
be the first
underrated. If he's in the if he was in the green and gold, or if he was
no. The farm is farm. He's been there in the Arbor Parlour. Look what Derry Hassan Paddy did the last day there.
We'd have beat him though. We'd have beat Derry Hassan if he
was
interference.
inconvenienced on that run. Absolutely,
I know that, but
Gav nearly fell out of the saddle.
I know that.
Yeah.
But Wendigo is not going to finish. Look, I'll make the statement now. Wendigo will not finish in the first three in the Browns. He's a chance in the Ultima, and he's a chance in the National Hunt Chase. My opinion, he should be in the National Hunt Chase after the run, like Wade out. The further they go, the better they are. And you know yourself, Wendigo jumps the second last 10 lengths clear, and there all of a sudden, here comes, because it's not an amateur rider's race anymore, here comes Bowen 10 lengths behind him. Oh, I'd be very worried.
Wait up. That would be great to watch, though, wouldn't it? In all fairness, that'd be brilliant to watch.
But no, at the moment, all jokes aside, I wouldn't back Wade out. I'd be more Wendigo, yeah.
Yeah, I would not be backing Wade out. There are actually no markets available. Obviously, one bookmaker's very quick in putting up markets for any handicaps, and that's usually Unibet. But I can't see any pricing on the Oddschecker site. We'll move on then, lads, to a race where I'll be grinning like a big ginger Cheshire cat because fortunately for me, I stuck him up and backed him to beat John Bon, and we're going to concentrate on the obviously the Champion Chase division. Jamie, I'll come straight back to you. Load of Sud, going fresh, is that the key? Did he run too frequently last season? That's certainly my opinion. And were you impressed with how he performed? And I know John Bon is close to your heart and you want to see him up in trip. What did you make of his effort and obviously the wind up that was pretty much on nobody's radar prior to his run and came out kind of in the week, didn't it, prior to the November meeting?
I think Lotus Sud needs completely soft heavy ground to be seen at his best. Secondly, he did exactly what he did in his novice chase last year, first time out at Cheltenham. To me, he's no contender for a champion chase. He has 4, 5 horses to be in the first three to beat, and that's just my opinion. Thirdly, he's going. Obviously, he should be going to the Tingle Creek. He won't. He'll be third. John Bon, to me, ran exactly what I thought John Bon would do, and a lot of pundits around the whole of Twitter sphere, YouTube sphere, took on John Bon, right? John Bon, it would like his old self over the first 3, 4, 5. It was fantastic to see. Am I taking it?
He hates this place.
Yeah, like he does, but he's won 2 slurs. I was there when he won his first slur. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, the question that everyone's going to say is that, would you back John Bon to beat Elete Tomp in the Tingle Creek? And my answer is, I'm backing John Bon.
You're backing John Bon.
John Bon will beat Elite Top in the single.
I think Elite Top will murder him. I do.
Yeah, yeah. But they're two horses. I understand, and we always say the 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 with John Bon, right? But when Crean comes to the top, John Bon had a lot of hard races. He was killed to be second in the championships. He was killed to win the 2.5 mile milling chase at the entry. He was over the top at standout. The top technically is not a 2 miler in my book. He should be in 3 miles in the King George.
We spoke about this last year, didn't we?
Yeah. He should be in the King George. Now, he'd be the only danger to Gaelic Warrior. We'll get into him soon. In the King George. No offense to Django. But I'm telling you now, if it's a soft ground Tingle Creek like it always is at Sandow, it's Elite Tom, Loaded Stud, and John Bon. Right? I can't wait to it's like the gallop today with Constitutional. All of them will come out of the woodwork goes, he's not that great, John Bon. No, John Bon will win the Tingle Creek. And I'll have a good bet in it too.
Yeah, all right. Love
fair
that.
play. Love it. Joe, I will come to you. John Bon is mustard, and if you look at the RPRs and his performances, even last year behind Marie Nationale, he made an absolute Horlicks on those fences, and he still stayed on so strongly to finish second, even when he was beaten by Elixir de Nuts. He did exactly the same, and he still almost won. I just don't think he really likes a track where the fences are in particular positions where he has to jump them, either traveling downhill or basically where there's an undulation. Sandown, you can get in a rhythm, can't you? Those three railway, bum, bum, bum. People said to me, he's 25 to 1. That's value. Definitely a market overreaction. I would not have him on my radar, Joe, personally, for a single grade 1 at all again. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I just think he sulks now. I just think he just doesn't enjoy it. He doesn't look exuberant to me when he's racing. I know, like we said, he's won a couple of slurs. The thing is, as well, in the champion chase, he stayed on much better that day than he did this time. Now, he's had that wind operation as well, which is just a little niggle in my mind at the moment, because his head carriage for half the race, he was giving his head a good shake. It's not like the old John Bon, who was a proper galloping 2 miler. And as soon as he hit that one, he didn't even want to get back on terms with them. He couldn't, even when Nico asked him the question. So he ended up sitting behind and obviously had no choice but to try and play his hands late. But John Bon himself just didn't want to do it. It just didn't look very encouraging to me. The way Elite Tom then beat him, obviously, last year at Sandown as well, to me was just chalk and cheese. I just think he's definitely on the back foot now. Again, I've mentioned this before. When they start with a difficult race like that, it's like they still haven't started their season, if you ask me. They've got a lot of work to get him back. But Loda Sud was brilliant. He travelled so well. The ride from Skelton was really good as well, because you wouldn't want to chase John Bon up the hill from 7 lengths back. You'd want to sort of go up with him, make it a proper test. And Loda Sud, he's the horse that's going up, and John Bon's just going down a little bit now. So me and Jamie will have a point against this one. I'll say Elite Tom will batter John Bon at Sandown, and I think Loda Sud will beat John Bon again as well. I think it's been the first time.
Hold on now a minute, right? Your vodkas and Coke, right, cost 2 pints of Guinness in my language. So when it comes to that, so that's one vodka and Coke at the racetrack in England.
I'll take a hot chocolate, James, to be honest with you. An Ovaltine will do me.
Jamie, I'll pay for your day if he wins the Tingle Creek.
There you go.
Have as many as
there you go. There you go. So hold on now. So exactly what you're saying. If I can get away on St. Stephen's Day, sorry, exactly. You corrected yourself very well last night, Firkin. Fair play to you. Sorry, St. Stephen's Day. That you pay for my ticket to go to St. Stephen's Day when every Irish horse will win every grade 1, will win the Cotto Star, the Christmas Hurl, and the King George when John Bon wins the Tingle Creek.
When up on Django Bay wins the King George. Lads, Loda Sud, would Joe, would you even part with any money at 12s?
I wouldn't, because I don't think he's better than Marine for start. I don't think he's better than Calixios either.
Do you think Loda Sud would have won the Arkle had he not taken in the Kingmaker at Warwick?
I think he'd have had a much better chance, for sure. Like Dan's admitted this himself, that he made a bit of an error there, and he did have to get ridden out pretty hard to win at Warwick. You know, didn't have the big turnaround, but yeah. And look, Dan Scouten said that he's been fit. He was fit for the Schlur. He's going to be even primed again as well, just like this for the Tingle Creek. No better. The fact that the trainers tell you he's no better than this, there's your answer to me. But he's not a Grand Annual horse now. He will go down the champion chase route, but he's probably going to fall a little bit short.
Fair enough. And Jay, I'm assuming if I offered you a tenner at the champion chase, you'd rather have it at 25s on John Bon, would you, rather than at 12s on Loaded?
John Bon at 25 to 1 to win the Queen Mother.
He's 25
He's
to 1.
25s now. He's 25 to 1.
Yeah. We're with multiple bookies, yeah.
I'll have a tenner each way now.
Well, I'm not giving you £20 free bet. I told you a tenner.
I'll have tenner to win. So we can put 25 each way and 25 to 1. Do you want to be 100 each way?
Free bet.
25 to 1. No. John Bon's a massive.
Yeah, you'd be all over John Bon. Fair enough. Right, we will skip on, and we're going to kind of drop back to the novice division. We're doing this a little bit backward. Some of which we're grouping from the weekend's action, and others we're doing kind of in chronological order. And we'll start with the new Denman, the next Denman. No drama this end. I didn't mind Paul Nichols's comments, to be honest. If you can't get excited about a horse who puts in a really exceptional performance, especially when you're probably lacking those high-class horses, as Nichols has been, I don't mind that. I know he's come up with this line previously. Really impressive. Challow or Cheltenham, what did you make of the race as a whole? Obviously beat Heads Up really well. Joe, start with you.
Challow is going to be a brilliant race this year anyway, isn't it? We've got No Drama This End, Sober Glory, Stars and Racing Club's Legendary Luke won today. We might go that way because we ran Wendigo there last year.
Harry Lowe's from
Harry Lowe's, yep, scouting the JP. It could be a brilliant season, couldn't it? Look, I really like No Drama This End. I think the fact that he beat the right horses as well. He had Heads Up in second, obviously ran well in the bumper. It would have been worse if Heads Up finished 8th or 9th and he won, beating a few others. But I like the fact that he beat Heads Up, and then in third was the other Irish horse that I tipped that day, King's Bucks, at 12 to 1, because the Irish just travel so much better in this ground than our horses. And the fact that he was able to pick him up was really, really impressive. He's going to be a good horse going forward. I actually would have an issue, though, if the ground was like good to soft or better. I think there'd be quicker horses than him. That's the only issue. So perhaps he's going to need some real deep ground to be seen to his best. But there's nothing not to like about that. Real straightforward. First start of the season. Plenty more to come. Love it. Really nice horse.
Jamie, will he end up being another one like Captain T, who ends up, or like Stay Away Faye or Brave Man's Game, who essentially just falls short at this kind of novice level over hurdles? Obviously, most of Nichols are campaigned to be chasing time. That's a common phrase that comes out of his mouth all the time, isn't it? Is No Drama This End going to fall short at this level? Could you have him on your radar at 12 to 1? Currently second favourite for the Turners.
No. Couldn't have him at 12 to 1 for the Turners unless it's the same ground that he won on Friday. He's definitely a brown variety horse for next year. There's no doubt about that. Heads Up was given a shocking ride by the jockey, Mark McDonough, who won on Banbridge in the Martin Pipe a couple of years ago. Shocking ride. It was terrible. I set it up for No Drama This End. No, it was terrible. But anyway, it's going to be a good channel, and that's what I like to see. It's going to be a good channel. And I was really impressed with the skeleton horse the last day, Harry Lowe's. I think he'll go channel because a lot of people are saying he's more impressive than My Daddy Paddy. But we all know My Daddy Paddy, they're all on for the Supreme, so Harry Lowe's is definitely going to step up. So it'll be Harry Lowe's, Sober, exactly what No Dramas This End, Stars End. If you put my gun to my head now, who would I like to back for the cello? If those four turned up, it'd be Sober Glory.
I'm me, James. I'm glad you said that because I actually have that hunch too.
Yeah, I think he's better than all of them. That's
a smart horse, isn't he?
He's a smart horse.
Looks
Stars
really
End's a
good.
smart horse. No Drama This End is a smart horse. Harry Lowe's is a smart horse. My Daddy Paddy. It's good to see competition at once. At last, there's competition. Before Willie Mullins says and Gordon Elliott says, and to be honest with you, the way they went to Gallop the last day at Naas, like that point authority for the KTTA is a smashing looking horse.
Yeah.
You can see it. You can see when a horse strikes into racing, they good Gallop and Naas at soft ground. Wow. So
Jamie, I'm going to ask you a mental question here. Do you think it's possible that Willie Mullins doesn't end up as the most winning trainer at the Cheltenham Festival next year?
No.
You don't think it's possible at all?
No, not at all. But there was a good question the last day, actually. The one I liked the most was, will Willie Mullins win a novice hurdle at Cheltenham this year? And that's a good bet.
So what's he got?
Yeah, we haven't seen anything yet. I did that idiot.
But the only thing
comment
is,
last year.
Caught you out that one, didn't it?
Yeah. Wait till Leopardstown at Christmas, and then you know your answer.
Unleashes some monster again. Yeah.
But at the current moment in time, if you got a bet with it, you might have a 5 or a 10 on it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I suppose based on the information we've got in front of us.
Yeah.
Okie doke. We'll move on to the most important division of them all, based on our first Ante-Post series podcast that we did.
Yeah, you got to talk first here.
We'll leave the best till last. So we'll start with July Flower. She's faced the most competitive opposition. Obviously, Burdett Road is no mug whatsoever. Be aware. I think you can almost mark up any performance of any horse that Dan Skelton sends to a track, because he's so far and beyond any other British trainer. Literally is. Just watch prices collapse, like from a Monday to a Tuesday, before even jockeys are jocked up and stuff. Like, he is away and beyond any other British trainer. That they went a good clip. She definitely was a little bit big at a couple of her obstacles, but I was screaming her home, I was, and I love the performance. She's competed against much better horses than anybody else in this division. Obviously, I'm happy. She's still 20s. When Put the Kettle On won this division, well, even when she won the Champion Chase, she was against Shaq and Poursoir at odds on. Kopek could still fail to fire. To me, there's only one horse to beat still in this division. I'm sure you'll disagree, Joe, with Salvatore Mundi. I think there's a few vibes that he's a little bit special over fences, and we see horses improve. I have actually heard a comparison between him and Underso, which isn't very nice to hear from my perspective.
It's good and bad though, because he was a bit wild in his early days. Underso, he was a wild horse. You want someone a bit more relaxed than him at the same time.
But based on what I've seen from Salvatore Mundi, I wouldn't think he had the same ability.
No, that's fair. We haven't even seen enough to put that judgment yet, have we? Really?
No, you're completely right. So that's what worries me. So as he matures, if he has got that ability, he's definitely a player.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll get on to the top of the market. Lulamba, he'll probably still be campaigned over 2 miles. He might end up doing a Django Bay, like just outstaying them if somebody makes a mistake. But he's not a 2 miler, not at all. So I don't think he's overly likely to turn up. I'm happy with July Flower's performance. 20 still knocking around. Whether she ends up going for a weak mares, that's still possibly on the cards. But even now, if you ask me to part with any sort of cash, I'd rather be backing her at 20s than something at 7-4 in November. But we'll group them all together. In fact, should we do one each? Oh, Joe, take your pick. Kopek or Lulamba? Which one do you want?
Kopek all day, every day. I don't know what it is about Lulamba. I'm still not taken by him. I didn't like him as a juvenile. I didn't like him even when he won at Punchestown. Nothing wrong with his debut, but nothing special about his physical being. He looks like such a little small animal. Just doesn't. Something's not right for me in Lulamba. And everyone's saying, "Oh, that was dynamite." I'm like, well, he jumped the fences at Exeter. They're not the toughest fences to jump. He came from behind initially, but nothing really impressed me. I don't know what it is. But Kopek, I absolutely love. I thought he was dynamite. If you watch Kopek last year, you could see from the side angle when he was at Cheltenham, he's just like gangly and not sort of filled out. But this year, he looked like a beast first time out. And he was only going to be 70% fit. The quicker they went, the better he was. And you need that in an Arkle. Lulamba still, to me, just looks like a 2.5 miler. He's obviously a classy horse. He's obviously good enough to compete in this division. But I don't think he's going to be as good as Kopek over 2 miles. I think there was a big difference in what they did on debut. I got a bit of stick about this. Got a bit of stick on this, on Twitter, where people saying you can't really judge the difference between the two. I was like, well, you look at how physically strong and, much better its fences for me, Kopek was to Lulamba. There was just a big difference. I can't quite put my finger on why at the moment. He's a year older as well. Lulamba just looks like a stare to me all day, all day. Don't think
Is
he's going
the
anywhere.
way he travelled generally through his race, his jumping definitely got better, didn't it? He was slicker.
Yeah.
The more obstacles he jumped over, the better he got.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I just need to see more. Yeah, and I need to see more from Lulamba. I'd honestly have Kopek 6-4 now, sort of thing, rather than. I think are they 2-1, 5-2 the pair at the moment, James or Lynch? They're on there, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. So like, yes, 7-4 top prize Kopek, 4-1 Lulamba,
Oh, that's
and then
about right. That's about right. That's about right,
yeah.
actually. Yeah, only one.
Jamie, has July Flower beaten the best field, and should she be 7-4?
You joking me?
Yes.
She's good, mind. That was a good performance. I must say that turned my opinion around on her. I didn't expect
No,
that.
she'll end up in the mare's chase.
I'd be
Do you think
disappointed.
they won't take their chance? She's won over course and distance. Her and Be Aware have pulled well clear of the rest.
No,
Burdette Road flailing in what third, fourth,
no,
156 rated hurdler.
not a,
No,
not
Jamie, don't kill my dreams. Don't
I
do this
wouldn't
to
be
me.
so sure that, I honestly wouldn't be
not
so sure. I
on
think she loved that
God's
2 miles.
I think it
green
depends what turns up
earth.
and what the field looks like in the mares, isn't it?
It doesn't matter. She's not going to end up in the market. She'll end up in the mare's chase. She won't get it when anywhere near Lulamba or Kopek Des Bordes.
What if
She might
Kopek?
be finished
What if
third.
Kopek doesn't rock up, Jay?
Oh, Lulamba will win.
But Angelo Flower still won't go to this race, in your opinion?
No, mare's
I'm
chase.
not so sure. I'm not so sure. I think she really
Lulamba will
liked that
beat
2 miles.
Lulamba will beat July Flower, even giving her £7. Yeah.
Over 2 miles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so sure. I'm really not. Really not.
The Lamber's not that good.
He
Like
just doesn't. He
he's
just
not Sergino.
Lulamba reminds me of one horse. Lulamba reminds me of
Go
Shishkin.
on,
Shishkin.
go on, Jay.
Shishkin.
Does it? Oh yeah.
He just
What?
looks like a bait again.
Sergino reminds me of Shishkin when he should have won a championship. Where Lulamba reminds me that Lulamba's going to win King George's.
I just don't know about this horse, man. No, and I've
Lulamba
got
is
no.
seriously good. Go back and watch. I advise anybody to go back and watch the race at the Punchestown Festival.
I've seen it plenty of times.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
Yeah, you
Jay,
can
sure.
see it plenty of times.
what's
You can
Punchestown
see it
form
plenty of
worth?
times. You can see it plenty of times, but that horse loved to gallop.
But this is why I don't think he's a 2 miler. This is exactly my
No. I
point.
understand what you're saying.
And he looks like a baby. He looks like a baby.
Yeah, but look,
Kopek's
they
like a
went quick in a
monster.
4-year-old race and absolutely hosed up in a 4-year race when they went really, really quick.
I've got no a real educated response to why I don't think Lulamba's very good, by the way. I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
I think Lulamba's really good.
I have. What's this fascination with horses coming out of the juvenile division who are now suddenly
that's because
superstars?
That's because
Novice chasers.
That's because number one, they go chasing or they're afraid of their 5-year-old campaign and they go chasing straight away. The problem with national hunt racing is that nobody stays hurling. They all
But Jen, there's been two. There's been two in the last however many years, hasn't there?
Lulamba is a star.
Really? You think he's like a match for a Sergino?
I think no, he's not Sergino. But you see, Sergino was never going to come back the way Sergino. Not a hope because he nearly died. We all know that. But is he Sergino-esque? No. But Lulamba's a stare for the future. I see Lulamba winning King George's and Gold Cup.
I don't disagree with that, by the way. I don't disagree with that.
At this moment in time, Gold Cup horses years ago, right, were ran in Arkles. Size and John, Warwick, you get those type of horses running in Arkles who are stairs because there was no JLT. Sorry, I always call it a JLT, 2.5 mile race. So you can't judge him that at the moment because he's going to run in the Arkle that he's not a good horse. He's a fucking great horse. I know.
Oh no.
But he is a good horse.
Yes, he is. He is a good horse. I'm not denying that. I just think the hype around him is probably a little bit too much. We've not spoken probably about the main horse in this field though. Kopek, he's proper good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's mint. He's quality.
Jay, what did you make of his performance?
It was much more powerful than Lulamba, yeah. It's more powerful. He's more powerful than Lulamba at this present moment in time. To me, he's very powerful, but I didn't like what somebody said on Twitter about him, that like you make your own luck in life. That's just me. You make your own luck in life. You can't say, "Oh, he can't jump," but then all of a sudden you come to Narkle, you come down the hill, you jump the fence. All of a sudden, oh, you didn't jump
It
it
is the
properly.
one that catches them out, the second last. All
Yeah, yeah. So like he's really powerful. And he's really, really good. Can he be over exuberant? Of course he can. It's an Arkle. They're young, but oh, he's really good. But he's
Yeah.
not as good as another horse. That will get into a bit
And
of
we'll
money money.
definitely get on to him. He was absolutely mustard. Joe, we're going to give you some loving because we're just going to mention a horse. There's only one bookmaker who's priced up the market for the Truster Trader Plate, which of course is now on Champions Day. So the Champions Plate, and Joe, fair play, you were all over her like days and days out. You got all the value, 14-1, and absolutely bolted in. And unfortunately, I got sidetracked by gossiping and chatting with Jaime at the bar, and I went, "It's off."
Yeah,
You're joking. By the time I went to back Panic Attack in play, it was too late. I couldn't even throw enough money at it. So, but mate, I screamed Panic Attack home. Brilliant shout. 10-1 for the plate. I'm not sure if you think there's more progression in a great shout on your part. I bet you enjoyed that race.
Yeah, that was good and nice for the nice to land an Ante-Post bet again. That's your forte. I don't usually land many of these, so I had a good feeling from this one, mate. Yeah, I don't know how many more big days she's got on her. She's a 9-year-old mare. I know it sounds a bit silly, but they don't always last as long as the geldings. And the fact that they primed her for this day, I wouldn't know if there's much progression. She'll probably go up. Well, she probably has gone up a few pounds for that run because she won with plenty in hand as well. So I wouldn't be interested in backing her again. I'd be happy to take my profit from that day and just let her do her thing for the rest of the season, But yeah, really enjoyable performance. Looked good the whole way round. Nice to collect those ones, yeah.
Just for future reference, if Joe puts up any mare in a big handicap, you know he fancies it.
Yeah, they don't often do bat the mares like that. So yeah, lovely stuff.
Jaime, obviously we were in the bar trying to drag Georgia, my missus, back out to the actual track on the day. Good performance for Panic Attack. Would you have her on your radar for any sort of handicaps come the festival?
No. She had her day.
Yeah, no, I would agree. Perfect. We'll move on in that case. We'll head over to a horse that you just alluded to, Jaime. So I'll start with you. He was mustard. For me, this is the best performance I've seen on Chase debut as a novice since Galloping the Champs. Final Demand. He's a very, very good horse, isn't he?
Yeah, he's top class. As we said, the 7-1 quote for the 2027 Gold Cup 18 months in advance is an absolute disgrace. That's why the game is gone. Because every bookie in the whole world is afraid of Willie Mullins, unfortunately. Yeah, if he stays sound, there's nothing to beat him for the next couple of years. That's just my opinion. Look, horses get injured, but nothing will be Final Demand in Brown advisories, Gold Cups. He has to stay sound, and look, you'll always have young pretenders. There's no doubt about that. Gallopin was proved last year, but this horse is top notch.
I thought he was very good. Joe, I did actually think he was in trouble at one point when wingmen started to come to him, and there was seemed like there was going to be a few in behind who would give him a little bit of a race in like the business end. And he just found,
Yeah.
and he looked actually like easy work. What did you make of it?
Yeah, brilliant. Just brilliant. The whole thing was brilliant. It was just really good. And like you said, I like the fact that, Wingman went upside him and we saw that he reacted when he was asked just to, Townend gave him a squeeze to go on. Come on, let's go win your race. You're better than this, He didn't stick around. He did just take off easily. Like, jumps brilliant as well. There's just nothing not to like about that. And because of what we've seen him do over hurdles, and then you look at the opposition a bit further down in the market, I'm not surprised that the bookies are so short on him at 6-4 because you're going to need a serious animal to come out of the woodwork to beat him, and I don't know where that's coming from at the moment. The one I did like for it initially is Staying Hurdling, Honesty Policy. Yeah, brilliant performance. That was really good.
The only thing I would have in my mind, I it was like such a mature performance. If anything were to happen to Galloping des Champs, would he go there as a novice?
Yeah,
Do you
100%
think?
you should.
You
Yeah, he
think?
I,
should.
You think?
He
I
should.
I think that's the only value, because at 6-4, that's rancid and
Yeah,
disgusting.
it
And
is.
anyone backing a 6-4, maybe people will want to put it in a multi or try and double something
Sure,
up, thinking
sure.
he's a banker. I can understand that. But as a single bet, if you get a bookie to price it up, you are banking on like literally Galloping getting injured, I think.
But look, he's even money to get there, isn't he? Like, you know what I mean? He's even money
Yeah.
to get to the race, let alone go and win the thing. You're only getting 1.5 to 1, like, you know. So
Yeah.
rather than even money for him to just turn up, sound. So it's not a bet. You can't be backing like that right now.
Jamie, you jumped straight on that you would potentially have a little flyer, maybe a fiver or whatever at him to run in the Gold Cup this year. What price would you take now? Obviously, without knowing that Galloping's not going to turn up
Well,
currently.
like you'd have to get 25s on him because Gaelic Warrior is 16 to 1.
Well, we're not going to have a fiver, are we? I'd agree, but we ain't going to get that.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because he won't be Gaelic Warrior anyway.
Gaelic, Jesus, I'm
Get
sick
to
of
see him
hearing
this
you talk
weekend.
about
Won't be Gaelic Warrior, lads. I'll
Do you
teach
think
you a lesson
Willie
soon.
would do that? Do you think Willie would send a novice to the Gold
No.
Cup?
No, he won't. No,
No.
he won't. No, because
No.
he has Gaelic Warrior.
And the thing is, if you lose Galapan, that's the only way that he will send Factor File up to the Gold Cup is if you don't
Correct.
have,
100%. Yeah,
because
yeah.
otherwise he'll just
And
stay
then
there.
Gaelic Warrior will go back to the
Yeah,
Ryanair and he'll win both
absolutely.
races. Yeah.
It's the only way that'll happen.
Fair
So I'm
enough.
putting in your head, Liam Firkin, Gaelic Warrior. Gaelic Warrior.
Yeah,
I'm with you, James. I'm with you,
Yes,
James.
travel 5 miles. Yes, go 5 miles. Jumped
No,
so
And
right,
he go
so
5
right.
miles all around the whole thing. That'll tell you how good a horse he is. You go 5 miles around Cheltenham, you still win the Gold Cup.
I'll tell you what. When Django Bay gets beaten in the King George by him, and
Oh, you're not kidding.
he's a bigger price. He'll be three from three on March
Gaelic
the
Warrior.
13th. We'll skip on the Great Wood. I did my cojones in here. I backed a couple at fancy prices. They didn't run particularly good races. Alexi, Joey definitely needs good ground.
Does he
Jesus, and he
hell? Does he
hacked it up,
hell?
didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, look, trumpet time, but I did actually back him as well. I actually, there's no point. I thought he'd handle the soft ground. I had already lost money Ante-Post though, to be fair, on Stick to the Plan and Celtic Dino. So I was,
Well, that's very honest of you, Joe.
yeah.
Why did you completely ignore the stuff that was coming out from the trainers and make
Well,
your own mind up? And like, that's probably good advice that others could perhaps take
yeah.
on board.
Well, we just haven't seen him on soft ground yet. Simple as that.
So how can you make that judgment?
Exactly. Yeah, we had no evidence to go on his pedigree. Like you've got plenty of horses that would go on good to soft, for example. There was no reason why he wouldn't. It's not like we'd seen him bomb out. He clearly stays, and he was actually brilliant on the soft ground as well. Like so, I just took a chance. 7 to 1 again. Like I said, I was down 2 bets before I'd even placed him, so he was a good saver for me. To be fair, in that race, because if he didn't get a return, suddenly I'd ended up actually backing 3 horses in the race the week before, one of them not had a return. So I was grateful for Alexi, and he's a nice horse. He's a nice horse. Yeah.
Up to 134 following that victory. I'm not sure what he's been given by the handicapper thereafter. He's currently at the top of the market, Jamie. 14s with 3 bookmakers for the county hurdle. Would you have him on your radar, or are you waiting for something to be thrown out the back of the telly all winter?
You can't back him for a county hurdle. No, Jesus, no. Yeah, put him away and put him in the Betfair hurdle.
I like that.
What did he run off? What did he run off? What 134? So
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get what 10, 144. He's going to go into create a company in England. Do you know what I mean? Like, but the only thing is, you've Constitutional and the New Lion and God knows what. Come out the woodwork in England. He's coming up the ladder, but is it Great Woods from years before? No. No, 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 no. Like you used to get champion hurdles running in Great Woods. You don't anymore.
At the Rooster
He's probably
Rooster.
yeah, Rooster Booster. Yeah, there's been plenty of horses. Size in Europe won a Great Wood. Won championship. Should have won a champion hurdle. But no, you. If he wants to take a step up, best of luck to him. But he's probably in no man's land now after winning that.
Yeah, quite possibly. The form worked out really well last year. Maybe there's something if it caught anybody's eye in behind. Fiercely Proud, obviously ran the race last year, then bolted in at Ascot. You had Cracking Rhapsody, went on to win a more battle and then win the Scottish Champion Hurdle. So I'm definitely going to go back and give that race a second watch with a non-drunk pair of eyes. Calypso Chance, we stuck on the running order. This horse, without being nasty, I could not care about. Jamie, do you care?
Yeah, I do. I think he's an absolute massive Albert Bartlett contender, Liam. I really do. I think
Fair enough.
I really do. I think he's definitely going to be daring it. Touching a horse that Joe knows, the Flying King. See a lot of people thought he was Albert Bartlett. He was beat by all sorts of things, but now look, everyone knows he's going to be well handicapped to win a Martin Pipe, isn't he? Better ground, the better he stands. And I know who I'm backing in the Martin Pipe at this present moment of time. Calypso Chance is going to run there, but Bartlett loved the soft ground. He ground it out. Heavy ground there, but Bartlett, I like to see a horse that. Look, there's loads of the woodwork, but Calypso Chance on heavy ground at this present moment in time, never Bartlett has to have a chance of all that form in the bumper because look, Fortune Mares won, Heads Up was second to No Drama this end. We still have to wait for Bambino Fever, Coca Cabana, Calypso Chances won was that great tree last day. That bumper, Mr. Firkin, is not that bad.
No, fair enough, mate. I could well be in the wrong. Obviously, most of the jigging sound horses improve for a obstacle, don't they? And they're all like stayers generally. 33's knocking around with 888 Bet and Hills. Joe, would he be on your radar for a Bartlett?
No, not yet, but no, I've got nothing on my radar for a Bartlett yet. I want to see at least sort of 5 contenders, then I can start sort of putting in them in some sort of order. So nothing really to add on what Jamie said. I bide my time for now anyway.
No, fair enough. We'll skip on the Liz Mullen hurdle. Jamie, obviously, I'm going to come to you. I think this is a blessing in disguise, really. Obviously, the Yellow Clay ended up finishing second, reappearance of the season. Colonel Mustard is a decent horse in his own right. He's now been pushed out to 16s. Would you be going in again? Would you encourage others to do so for the stayers? What did you make of his performance?
Yeah, I went in again, yeah. I was delighted
Yeah,
with it.
top man.
Yeah,
That's what I'll be
yeah.
doing.
Heavy ground, who cares? Like, he was beaten by Colonel Mustard. But, like, Conor Mustard had a run. Tara obviously was third. No, I'm happy. I'm delighted. I don't know what people are giving out about. Like, come on. It's his first run of the season. It's bog ground in
Exactly.
Navan. It doesn't suit him. Suit him. People contradict me. He won on soft ground in Navan, the Lauders. It doesn't matter. Delighted with the run. Because he'd win next time out. And then he would be half the price.
The funny thing is, he's one on my radar for our second episode of the Ante-Post. I completely agree, Jamie. The overreactions, that's where the value is wait for something to lose and then back it. And there's so much value there. Jamie, sorry, Joe, you're very much in agreement by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Like, why'd you write a horse off after one run? Like, it's literally just what Jamie said, deep ground, you're not going to be that fit. And Gordon has Cheltenham in mind for him this year as well. He didn't have a good Cheltenham last year. He only ended up having one winner, which was with Woodoo in the Martin Pipe, the last race of the festival. And you could see how much of that actually meant to him because he hadn't had a winner. Yeah, look, if you want to go in again, go again. He got beat by Colonel Mustard. He's better than that. We saw it last year. He hasn't lost his ability. He'll come good. Bide your time with him. He's a nice stare. Yeah.
Absolutely. Do not be writing horses off who disappoint first time out.
Mm.
100%. Founder 50, a horse that I think is really admirable, but he's just like, he's in between. He's like that Fakir Duderi for me. He's like in between a grade 1, grade 2 type of horse. Jamie, I think you're quite a big fan of him. Obviously, you beat Dino Blue. What did you make of this race? Is there any view towards Cheltenham markets and generally, obviously, anything else upcoming prior to that?
People might think I'm talking out my cojones here, but if it was a proper heavy ground champion chase, he's on my radar. And I'll leave it at that.
Fair enough. Joe?
Talking out of his cojones, like he said, that's what's happening right there.
No,
He's not good enough.
The only thing is, Marine National will choke. Quick Cilios.
Oh, because I don't fancy him. You have a dig at Marine. I see.
Yeah, but Marine National can't go on heavy ground.
No, we do need the good stuff.
Quick Cilios proved that even though it can go on heavy ground, Quick Cilios needs better ground. You can see it even came up with Marine National at that time. So what are you left with? So John Bond is John Bond at Cheltenham. Lotus Sud maybe likes the heavy ground, but it's probably not good enough. And then you look at the big Marsborough, right? So, and who has jumping frailties. So if this horse is Admiral, he's probably at the grade 2, grade 3 level. But hold on a minute. Who was he second to in America? And were you going about Django Bay? Gaelic Warrior again is coming up again, lads. Gaelic Warrior again. So
9 lengths.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Of course it does.
It doesn't matter.
Where's the form line with Gaelic Warrior?
In the Arkle, like 2 years ago.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the form that was franked for Django Bay twice this week in the Arkle. No?
Oh, I love it.
I knew I'd get his name in somewhere. Lads, touch me not. Is there any way that he's just going to be slung out the back of the telly for the entire season and would have a squeak in a Grand Annual? I love the way he jumped. And obviously got pretty close to Lotus Sud last season in the Henry VIII at Sandown, didn't he?
Yeah. Good
what do you reckon, Joe?
Very good jumper, like you said. Like you need that in a Grand Annual. I wouldn't really make a judgment, I suppose, until nearer the time I'd want to see, but he's definitely the sort that could get to that sort of race and have the right profile at the time. I just want to see it nearer the time, Liam, for me anyway. But don't see why not. Why not? Great jumper. Great jumper.
Fair enough. I tell you what then, lads, we will round off in that case with our performance of the week, I suppose, because there obviously was racing on Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday. Django Bay for me, best performance with all that Frank form. For me, I loved Final Demand. So he was my performance of the last week of racing. Joe, who was yours?
Well, I was going to do you a bit of a service and say I actually think July Flower was brilliant. I thought she was brilliant, actually. Not on my radar at all until you.
Oh, if I didn't tip, If I didn't tip July for Ante-Post, you'd say, "Oh, Jimmy, no, he's not good enough." That's how we're going now. Oddschecker buddies looking after each other. Oh, because July Flower.
She was very.
I'd lay you July Flower 3 places.
Jamie, who's the host? Can you let Joe speak? He's talking sense.
Yeah, sit down.
He's making a brilliant point over there.
No, he's not.
Look, I thought she was brilliant. She jumped well, travelled well, handled Cheltenham like a very good mare. Loved watching that. I don't think she wins at Cheltenham. That's another story, but she certainly deserves to be in the question.
Oh, yeah, you got that dig in at the end, Joe.
Hey.
I like that. Honest critique.
She's absolutely no chance at Cheltenham. No, yeah, I agree.
But she's brilliant. She was very good. I enjoyed watching that performance, to be fair. Good stuff.
As did I. Jamie, what was your performance of the last week?
It's Harry Lowes in the first race at Exeter.
Oh, good man.
I love that. Great shout. He was very good, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a really good horse.
Do you know what I liked? The fact that nobody knew anything about that horse, and must be under the radar. That's JP, how he operates, and the Skeletons.
He was really well backed. There was another horse in the race. He had the second cap on, so they were all like, "Oh, hold on!" And all of a sudden, he ended up wanting to, and he was really professional. And yeah, he's really good, and he's a massive danger to Sober Glory in the Tello Hurl.
Let me give you one then, gents, just because you said no one knows about Harry Lowe's where he came from. He actually won a point to point, right? Now, Derek O'Connor rode the winner, Harry Lowe's. When he crossed the line, he told JP to buy the horse in second, which was a horse called Mighty Park. A walk in the park horse has now
Oh
gone to
yes, a
Willie
lot of
Mullins.
people
So
say this horse.
there is something to take out of that form as well. So
So we all know
Did-
who's going to win the first race at Leopardstown, the
there we go.
2 mile maiden
Yeah.
hurdle that Kopek Des Bordes won is
So-
Mighty Park.
So Mighty
Lads,
Mighty
you
Park.
sorted your Christmas and your turkeys. Don't mind the avian flu. We've sorted all of it. There's
Christmas
your winner
is
for the
sorted.
first maiden hurdle at Leopardstown.
Joe, did JP buy the pair?
Yeah, he got both.
Yeah,
he
he
already,
bought
he,
the pair.
I'm sure he
Second.
already owned Harry Lowe's.
Yeah.
Derek O'Connor rode him, and he said, "JP, you need to buy this one that was behind." Harry Lowe's had a previous run. Mighty Park had nothing. So just one for the notebook. We've seen what Harry Lowe's did, and they don't buy them for nothing, really, do they? I mean, the end of
There
it.
you are, and that's what you get on the Ginger Joe Racing Show. If you watch the entirety of it,
Yeah, love it.
Can
lads.
we make a second show?
Of course you can.
Yeah.
I was standing next to you. You got very frustrated, Mr. Firkin. You got very frustrated. I didn't like it. Like I come
race?
to Cheltenham and a fella roars a horse, and I goes, and you goes to me, no. I goes, oh yeah, I think I might have seen a Boodle's horse. I might have seen a Boodle, and Precious Man is.
Oh, precious man.
Yes, I was frustrated, Jamie, because I felt that horse could have won that race.
Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
We've just done a French episode with Adam Mills as well on what the lads just said there about Precious Man. We spoke to Adam, and he was telling me why it's important that Precious Man ran here and that another horse is being saved for a different race, another juvenile from the scouting. So worth checking that out. There you go.
Go check out the episode.
Yeah,
Interesting.
definitely.
Have they? They might. Okay, brilliant, fantastic. So yeah, go over and check out the episode with Adam Mills. He's unbelievably knowledgeable. Obviously, I've been fortunate to be on a couple of episodes with Emmett with him. He's a really knowledgeable bloke when it comes to French imports over to this side of the water. Lads, thanks for all your insights. Jamie, thank you for leaving my house eventually, and I hope that you've all enjoyed the show. As always, let us know what your performance of the weekend was down below, and of course, like and subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.